Alright guys, my name is Chris Gutierrez with Code 3 Motors, longtime paramedic and power stroke mechanic. I've got a 2012 E350 Type 3 ambulance by Leader, is the coach builder. This only has 44,000 miles on it. It's got the 6.8 liter V10 motor. And that's a good thing if you don't want to deal with EGR coolers and the turbo and DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid. This doesn't require any of that. So it's unleaded, gets comparable gas mileage to the diesel, and it's really quiet. So we'll get it fired up. We're going to do a walk around tour. We're going to go through all the outside compartments, and then we're going to pull it inside so we can crawl underneath and look at the chassis underneath, and go through all the compartments. I can show you. I want to show you some stuff with the LED lights that it has with the compartments and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start getting into the cabinets. Compartment 1 is the oxygen compartment, and you can see it's set up for an M tank. The regulator is present and ready to go. Star Life sticker is present on there. And compartment 2, you can, and obviously this came from a fire department. This is set up for SCBA tanks to go there. Turnout equipment, helmets, whatnot. Back here's a large compartment for extrication equipment or whatever. You can see the diamond plates in real shiny condition. This whole thing is like brand new. I think it's about this as close as you're going to get to a brand new ambulance. We're going to get in the back in a minute. The chevron's in great shape. There's no fraying anywhere. It's not curled up anywhere. And we put a new panel on there. That's where you would put your fire department name or whatnot. You'll also notice it's got a backup camera. When you put it in reverse, the rear view mirror illuminates what's back here. Backboard compartment here, nice and tall. Down here is where the batteries are, and two slide out trays. So it has 4 total. Actually, I think there's 5 total. I think there's one under the hood. Yeah, there is one under the hood, so there's 5 batteries total. We'll get in the back in a minute. And then this is for all your jump boxes or bags, whichever. Your portable suction, portable O2, your monitor, all that stuff would go here. Everything that you're taking into your rescue. It has air horns. There's the compressor for that right there. And I'm going to back it up inside. That way we can crawl underneath on the floor and whatnot. But let me put this on pause and do that, and then I'll be right back. Well, I still have this thing out here. I just wanted to show you the motor in the sun so you can see better. You can see it's in great shape. Everything looks new. Reservoir bottle, the power steering fluid, brake fluid, and it has a new air filter that's 3 months old. So there's the battery. This is 719 for this battery, and 4 on the side. So there's that. You can even look at the underside of the hood, how clean that is. Another thing I want to point out is you cannot read what it used to say, which from any angle. So it's a blank slate. The paint is in fantastic shape, and nowhere on this thing can you recognize what it used to say. So it'll be like it was yours the whole time. So there's that. And then obviously, if you're a private ambulance company, if you need the fire department or the paramedic taken off, we can do that before we deliver it to you. And you can probably see my reflection. I mean, it's like red glass. It's in really good shape. So let me close the hood up, and then I'm going to back this thing into the back, and we'll get going. Okay, so we're inside here. The reason why I wanted to bring it inside, because I want you to see how cool these compartments light up. You can't really tell outside in the sun, but if it's nighttime, and you can see how awesome that is. And all of them are like that. So you can see your equipment in there. And wait till you see the back. I think you're going to be pretty impressed. It is like pristine back there. Here's the backboard compartment. The battery compartment doesn't have LEDs. It just doesn't really need that because only the service guy should be dealing with the batteries. Okay, let's get in the back and wait till you see this. Look at the floor. Look at everything. I mean, it's got LED dome lights. We do have, there's one out. We ordered the part. We're still waiting for it. It's legit out because we pulled it out. We checked the wiring and it's burned out. So we should have one within 3 days or so. And we're waiting for one other item, a hand mic for the PA for the siren. So those are the two things that we're waiting on. Oh, you'll notice also, look at these little red lights. There's one on the bottom, one on the top. So if your doors are open while you're loading the patient up, it's dark, you're blocking a street or something, there's some, because once the doors are open, they kind of cover those lights that are right there. Those ones are above the door, so people should be able to see that. But there's those. So let me fire the thing up, and then we're going to go through everything back here, all of the switches and whatnot. So let me let's crank her up real quick, and then here's your sneak preview of the cab. And I'm gonna have to close the door back here so we don't get fumed out. All right, so. All right, so, oh yes, check this out. Let me turn off the dome lights, and you have lit compartments. So you can see what is back behind that emesis basin, or whatever you got. So let me put the lights back on so we can see, and then I'll turn those off. So over here you've got a glove butler. You can put 3 size gloves in there. That opens up. You just put your gloves in there and boom. Adjustable shelves and all of these compartments there. That's set up for a sharps container or a trash can because it's got this little lip on there. I'm not sure what size because there's one right there. It might be the same style, but that's what that's set up for. You could put extra sheets for the gurney in there. Oh yeah, before I forget, this is set up for either a Furno ProFlex or a Stryker. So it's got mounting hardware for either one. You let me know which gurney that you're going to be using for this. If you're using the ProFlex, we'll leave it alone. We won't do anything. If you're using a Stryker, we'll put a catch hook on there because the Furno ProFlex doesn't require a catch hook, but we have them in stock, and I can have my guy mount one of those so your Stryker's ready to go, and we'll put the correct antlers and lockdown system for a Stryker in here if that kind of gurney is what you need. So you'll also notice that our air conditioning runs the length, or heat runs the length of the ambulance. There's a CPR seat. If you want extra counter space, you can have it. There is that. It already has sufficient counter space in my opinion, but I'd rather have the seat. So there's that. Underneath the seat, shallow space for usually bedpans, urinals, emesis basins, stuff like that. Your suction is located right down in there. You just open that up, pull out your hose, and start suctioning away. There's space up here for adult adult mask, pediatric mask, cannulas, BVMs, all your airways and stuff there. Lockable narcotics locker. I've got the key for that also. Right there. This is your electrical access for everything that you might need to deal with. Now, let me tell you, Leader Ambulance is one of my favorite, even more favorite than Wheeled Coach. Their electronics are super simple. All of this stuff is over-the-counter stuff that you can get at O'Reilly or AutoZone or Pep Boys, Napa, anywhere. Simple solenoids and relays and whatnot. Unlike Road Rescue or Horton or anyone else that's got real elaborate relay board, if it goes out, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars to get your ambulance back into running condition. So there's more area. I guess you can put your masks and cannulas there. However you want to arrange it. There's more space on this side. There's 2 compartments there. And then this is all the stuff that's accessible from your outside compartment. You'll notice down there behind the jump seat, which let me just show you. The jump seat's in great condition. There's no tears. There's an integrated child seat too that looks like it's never been used before. And there's that. But let me just pull this and rotate the seat slightly. So down there is wiring for the radios, and there's a modem that is still in here, and all the antennas are present on the roof. All the wiring for the antennas is present, so it's kind of plug and play. It's going to be a real simple job for your radio guy to get this thing wired up with your particular radios. There's more space there for extra restock stuff or whatever you want to put there. There's also a shelf on the top there. And then above the bench seat, there's 2 long compartments there for whatever you want to put there. A sharps container in the wall. There's another outlet for oxygen timer for the lights. What I really like is this window opens. So you don't usually see that. Usually that's a solid window, but I love fresh air when I can get it. And then in addition, this window opens as well too, so you can open that up. That is pretty cool. So there's that. Oh yeah, there's you can put 2 D tanks in there. Those slide down in there, and then under the bench seat, there's deep space for whatever you want to put there. Not as deep over here. A little more shallow, but you can put your blankets and pillows and whatever you need to put down in there. So let's go ahead and start getting into this. These are where all of our switches are. So right now our dome lights are engaged. That's if we want them off. Obviously we want them on, and this is high or low. So they're on high and that is low. In my opinion, it's not a huge difference, but there is a difference. So there's that, and then our exhaust vent to evacuate any odors back here that you don't want. And I think that's this last vent down there. So you can evacuate those odors. The next button over is our electric suction, and that's our suction gauge right there. I'll open up the, put my finger over a hole. Let's see. It's hard to do this with one hand. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so there's that. And then if you want to increase it or decrease it, you just move that knob around. So there's the electric suction. Our AC or heat is back here, and that feels wonderful. Let me tell you, all the way down to the feet down here. So that feels good. Now if you want heat, you just flip the switch up, and then as far as dialing in the actual exact temperature, it runs off the front climate control. So you just tell your partner, hey, make it a little warmer, and then he can dial up the heat, and then you can get whatever you want. So there's that. Let me turn that off so you can hear me. Oops. Oh yeah, so here's a speed selector. So that's low. You can probably hear the difference. That's high. Alright, that's pretty much all of our switches. There is a clock here, so if you're given atropine and Narcan or Epi and atropine, you can do like 1 minute intervals and then start. 1 minute. Start, and then it starts counting down. Or if you want to do 2 minute intervals, you can do that, and then I believe it does a little alarm when it gets down to the bottom. But there's that, and then O2 outlet. There's also a second outlet there. It has headsets. It has Firecom headsets. You see that the radio wiring, and there's a bracket right there, so you got hospital radio or whatnot, it's ready to go to get mounted up. There's reach through here to turn your house tank on and off, and I think we covered just about everything. So let's get out of here, and let me get in the front.